Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Just Say English, the Easy English podcast where we learn English the way people actually use it in real life.
And wherever you're listening from today, at home, on a walk, or maybe while cooking, thank you for spending this time with us.
Before we get comfortable and begin, one small reminder. If you enjoy learning through calm conversations, real examples, and zero classroom pressure, make sure you subscribe to the podcast.
It really helps us, and it also means you won't miss future episodes like this one.
All right, now let's slow things down a little.
Yeah, no rush today.
Ramo, how has your day been so far?
Honestly, one of those quiet, normal days. Nothing dramatic, nothing exciting, but sometimes those are the best days.
I agree. Quiet days are good for learning. Your mind feels open and relaxed.
Exactly. And today's topic fits that mood perfectly because it's something many learners think they understand, but still feel confused about.
Yes, today we're talking about a structure you've probably heard many times while watching movies or listening to native speakers.
And that is would have plus past participle.
When learners hear sentences like, I would have called you, or she would have helped, they often pause.
They understand the words separately, but together the meaning feels blurry.
And sometimes even a little scary.
Very true. Many learners say, I know would, I know have, but when they come together, my brain freezes.
So let's say this clearly right now. If this feels confusing, you are completely normal.
Yes, this structure is often not explained properly at beginner level, and suddenly it appears everywhere at B1 or B2.
And usually people explain the rule, but not the meaning.
Exactly. So today we focus on feeling, meaning, and real-life use.
And we'll also look at would have been and how it works naturally in conversation.
If you're A1 or A2 level, don't worry. Just listen and absorb the feeling.
Think of it like listening to music before learning the lyrics.
Nice example.
Thanks. Let's begin gently. First question, Ramo.
Go ahead.
When you hear this sentence, I would have helped you, what do you feel?
I feel regret.
Exactly. That's the key emotion.
Would have often carries feeling, not just information.
It talks about a past action, but not a real past action.
It talks about a past possibility that did not happen.
Let's imagine something simple. Yesterday, your friend was moving to a new apartment.
Okay.
You wanted to help, but you were sick.
So I didn't go.
Today, you meet your friend and say, I would have helped you, but I was sick.
That one sentence tells us three things.
First, you wanted to help. Second, you didn't help. And third, there was a reason.
That's the heart of would have.
It's not about what happened.
It's about what could have happened, but didn't.
Many learners confuse this with simple past.
Yes, if you say, I helped you, that's real history.
But I would have helped you lives in an imaginary past.
A past that exists only in your mind.
Let's look at another example. You would have passed the exam, but you got sick.
So what does that mean?
It means you didn't pass.
But you had the ability.
Exactly. The situation stopped you.
Would have often shows ability plus condition.
Now let's talk about form, but without pressure.
Yes, no grammar fear.
Would have plus past participle.
Would have gone, would have seen, would have helped.
And the past participle is the same one you use with have.
Like have eaten, have finished, have been.
And that brings us to another very common form.
Would have been.
For example, it would have been amazing.
Meaning it didn't happen.
Or that would have been nice.
A polite regret.
English speakers use this to sound soft and thoughtful.
Not blaming, not aggressive.
Let's pause for a moment.
If you're listening and thinking, oh, now I understand, that's great progress.
Don't try to memorize everything.
Just understand the feeling.
In the next part, We'll go deeper into real-life situations,
Work situations, family conversations, and social moments.
and we'll also look at common mistakes learners make.
Because understanding is one thing.
But speaking naturally is another. All right, before we go deeper, let's remind listeners where we are right now.
Yes, we understood that would have is not about real past actions.
It's about past possibilities that did not happen.
And we talked about the feeling behind it, regret, reflection, and sometimes politeness.
Now, we're going to connect this structure to real-life situations people face every day.
Because grammar only makes sense when you see yourself inside the sentence.
Let's start with something very common: work and jobs.
Good choice. Many learners need English in professional situations.
Imagine this. You prepared well for a job interview, but on the interview day, you were very nervous.
And later you think about it and say, I would have answered better, but I was too nervous.
That sentence is powerful because it shows ability.
Yes, you had the ability, but something stopped you. Fear, pressure, stress.
Now, compare it with the sentence learners sometimes say incorrectly.
They say, I answered better, but I was nervous.
That sounds confusing because it means you actually did well.
But in reality, you didn't.
So, would have answered better protects the meaning.
Here's another job example. Your manager asks, why didn't you come yesterday?
And you reply politely, I would have come, but my child was sick.
Notice how calm and respectful that sounds.
You're not making excuses, you're simply explaining.
This structure helps you sound professional and responsible.
Now, let's move to relationships because this structure becomes very emotional there.
Yes, very emotional.
Imagine you forgot a close friend's birthday.
That already hurts.
Later, you say, I would have called you, but I lost my phone that day.
You're showing intention.
Exactly. You're saying, I cared. I wanted to.
And that feels very different from saying, I didn't call you.
Yes, that sounds cold and distant.
Would have adds humanity.
Now, let's talk about a common learner mistake.
Very important. Many learners use would have without a reason.
For example, they say, yesterday I would have gone to the market.
And the listener feels something is missing.
Because we're waiting for a reason.
Would have needs a why.
So you must say, I would have gone to the market, but it was raining.
Or, I would have gone, but I had no time.
Without that second part, the sentence feels unfinished.
Another mistake is confusing would have with wanted to.
Yes, learners sometimes say, I would have to call you.
That's a different structure completely.
Would have called you is past imagination.
Would like to call you is present or future desire.
Small difference in words, big difference in meaning.
Now let's bring in would have been again.
This appears a lot when talking about situations and feelings.
Example, the trip would have been fun.
Meaning, maybe the trip didn't happen or it didn't go well.
Another one, it would have been easier if you'd told me earlier.
That sounds like gentle disappointment.
Not anger, just reflection.
This structure is gold for polite English.
Imagine someone invited you somewhere, but you couldn't go.
Instead of saying, I didn't come, you say, I would have loved to come, but I had work.
That sounds warm and respectful.
And emotionally intelligent.
Let's compare 4 sentences quickly.
I didn't help him. That's just a fact.
I couldn't help him. That shows inability.
I wouldn't help him. That sounds like refusal.
I would have helped him. That shows willingness, but no opportunity.
4 small changes, 4 totally different meanings.
Let's slow down again.
If you're listening and thinking, I've heard these sentences before but never understood them like this, that's real progress.
Don't worry about using it perfectly tomorrow.
Just start noticing it in movies and conversations.
And maybe even in your own thoughts.
Now comes the part where many learners feel stuck.
Yes, understanding is easy compared to speaking.
When the mouth opens, the brain suddenly goes blank.
Yes, very true.
So in the next part, we'll practice real speaking situations.
missed opportunities, daily routines, social pressure situations.
And we'll correct common speaking mistakes gently.
No pressure, just real conversation.
All right, now we've reached the part where most learners feel a little nervous.
Yes, understanding something is one thing, but using it while speaking is very different.
Many learners say, I understand the rule, but when I speak, my mind goes blank.
And honestly, that happens to everyone when learning a language.
So today, we're going to remove that pressure slowly.
No fast grammar drills, just natural speaking situations.
Let's imagine a very common situation. Someone asks you, why didn't you join us yesterday?
Many learners answer simply, I was busy.
That's correct, but it sounds flat.
Now, listen to this. I would have joined you, but I had a family commitment.
Do you feel the difference?
The second sentence sounds warmer and more human.
It shows intention, not just information.
Now, here's a mistake learners make while speaking quickly.
They say, I would have joined you.
Very common mistake.
And the problem is the verb.
We need the past participle.
Would have joined.
Let's say a few together slowly.
Would have helped.
Would have gone.
Would have finished.
If you remember this pattern, half the problem disappears.
Now let's move into everyday life English.
Yes, real conversations, not exam English.
Imagine talking about health. You say, I would have exercised more, but I was too tired after work.
That sounds real. Everyone understands that feeling.
Now compare with this incorrect sentence. I would exercise more, but I was tired.
That sounds confusing because it mixes time.
Exactly. Would exercise sounds like habit or future.
But we are talking about a past situation.
So the correct emotional time is would have exercised.
Let's move to family situations because learners talk about these often.
Yes, especially regrets.
Example, I would have called my parents earlier, but I got busy.
That sentence carries honesty without drama.
And that's how native speakers often sound, calm and reflective.
Now let's add would have been more clearly.
Imagine someone asks, how was the party?
And you say, it would have been fun, but I arrived very late.
Meaning the good part already ended.
Now a common learner mistake here is saying, it would be fun, but I arrived late.
That mixes past and present.
English is very sensitive about time.
So always ask yourself, am I talking about a past situation that didn't go as expected?
If yes, use would have been.
Now let's talk about something powerful for speaking fluency.
Thinking aloud.
Instead of staying silent when your brain searches for words, you can say something like, I would have said yes, but I needed more time.
That gives your brain time and keeps conversation flowing.
Native speakers do this all the time.
Now let's imagine social situations.
Someone invited you somewhere, but you didn't want to go.
Later, you explain politely, I would have come, but I wasn't feeling well.
Notice how respectful that sounds.
Natural English speakers value soft language.
And this structure helps you sound polite without lying.
Let's do a small speaking correction.
Okay.
Learner says, I didn't tell you because I forgot.
Correct, but very direct.
Now soften it. I would have told you, but it slipped my mind.
That sounds more natural and more adult.
Now something very important.
Don't overuse would have.
Use it when there is a reason, a condition, or reflection.
Not for every past sentence.
Otherwise, it sounds unnatural.
Let's pause again for listeners.
If you're thinking, I already say this in my own language, you're right.
English is just giving you a new tool to express the same thoughts.
You already understand the idea emotionally.
Now we're ready to bring everything together.
In the next part, we'll practice complete real-life scenes.
Daily routines, work conversations, social events.
And longer natural dialogues where would have and would have been appear naturally.
This is where it starts to feel automatic.
All right, now it's time to bring everything together with real conversations.
Yes, this is the part where grammar disappears and real English begins.
Because in real life, people don't stop to think about grammar.
They just speak, and these structures come naturally.
Let's imagine a typical morning situation.
You oversleep.
And later you tell your friend, I would have woken up earlier, but my alarm didn't ring.
Simple, natural, and very realistic.
Now your friend asks, did you eat breakfast?
And you answer, I would have eaten breakfast, but I was running late.
Notice how that sentence shows intention plus reflection.
Exactly. You wanted to do it, but something prevented it.
Let's move to work, because this is where many B1-B2 learners struggle.
Imagine you missed a meeting.
You can say, I would have attended the meeting, but I got caught up in another task.
That sounds much better than just saying, I missed it.
Yes, it sounds responsible and professional.
Now let's practice would have been in work situations.
Suppose your colleague missed the presentation.
You might say, it would have been helpful if you joined, but I understand you were busy.
Polite and empathetic.
No blame, just reflection.
Here's another one. Imagine a party where someone important didn't come.
You say, the party would have been more fun if you came.
Notice the feeling there.
Yes, it sounds warm, not angry.
And it naturally shows a past unreal situation.
Let's do a quick correction round.
Great idea.
Learner says, I would go to the gym, but I was tired.
Not correct for past reflection.
Correct version, I would have gone to the gym, but I was tired.
That sounds natural and accurate. Now let's imagine a social situation.
You forgot a friend's birthday.
Many learners say something like, I would forget your birthday.
But that sounds strange.
A natural version is, I would have wished you, but I completely forgot.
That adds emotion and honesty.
Now let's connect this to conditional thinking.
Yes, very common at B1 and B2 level.
Example, if I had known about the sale, I would have bought more clothes.
Or, with would have been, if I had joined earlier, it would have been easier to understand.
Both sentences show past situations that didn't happen.
And this is why learners sound more natural when they use these patterns.
Let's do something fun. Imagine you missed a movie night.
You say, I would have joined you at the cinema, but my work ran late.
And then you add, it would have been amazing to watch it together.
See the difference?
Would have shows intention.
Would have been shows feeling or experience.
Now imagine you missed your mother's call.
You say, I would have called you earlier, but I was in a meeting.
And she replies, it would have been nice to hear from you.
That's a very natural emotional exchange.
Soft, honest, and human.
Let's quickly review common mistakes learners repeat.
One mistake is forgetting have.
Like saying, I would eaten breakfast.
Correct version, I would have eaten breakfast.
Another mistake is mixing time.
Always check if you are talking about a past unreal situation.
Let's finish this section with a longer conversation.
Imagine two friends talking about a weekend trip.
Friend 1 says, I missed the hike yesterday. What happened?
Friend 2 replies, I would have invited you, but I didn't know your schedule.
Friend 1 says, it would have been fun if I joined.
Friend 2 answers, next time I'll tell you earlier. We would have enjoyed it together.
See how smooth that sounds?
Yes, natural, emotional, and realistic.
The more you practice these patterns aloud, the more natural they feel.
Don't worry about perfection.
Small mistakes are part of learning.
The goal is confidence and clarity.
In the final part, we're going to slow everything down again.
We'll summarize, review key feelings, and give listeners a calm ending practice.
So stay with us.
All right, let's slow everything down again before we finish.
Yes, this is the moment to breathe and look back at what we learned today.
Because sometimes learning happens best when we pause.
Exactly. We don't want listeners to leave feeling overwhelmed.
So let's ask a simple question. What is would have really about?
It's about past possibilities that didn't happen.
And not just grammar, it carries emotion.
Regret, reflection, politeness, and sometimes kindness.
When you use it, you show intention.
You show that you wanted something to happen.
Let's compare again very simply.
I helped you. Real action.
I would have helped you. Imaginary past.
One is fact.
The other is reflection.
And what about would have been?
That usually talks about how something might have felt or how an experience could have been different.
For example, it would have been fun.
Meaning the fun didn't fully happen.
Or maybe it never happened at all.
Let's give listeners a small reflection moment.
Think about something from this week.
Maybe something you wanted to do but couldn't.
Try to make a sentence in your mind.
I would have blank, but blank.
Just one sentence, that's enough.
Now let's talk about something important, confidence.
Many learners think they must speak perfectly before using advanced structures.
But that's not true.
Native speakers make mistakes too.
They pause, correct themselves, change sentences halfway.
And conversations still flow.
Let's do a gentle speaking practice together.
Say this sentence slowly after us.
I would have called earlier.
But I lost track of time.
Good. One more.
It would have been easier.
If we started sooner.
And one last one.
I would have joined you.
But I had another plan.
Here's a small tip that helps a lot.
Don't say everything too perfectly.
Real English sounds natural because people speak smoothly, not mechanically.
Focus on meaning first. Grammar follows naturally with practice.
One reason this structure is so powerful is emotional intelligence.
Yes, it helps you express regret without blaming.
It helps you sound polite when explaining things.
And it makes conversations softer and kinder.
Let's imagine a very real moment.
You forgot to reply to someone's message.
Instead of saying, I forgot, you say, I would have replied earlier, but my day became really busy.
That sounds thoughtful.
And that's how small language choices change relationships.
Let's summarize everything simply.
Would have talks about past intention that didn't happen.
Would have been talks about a past experience or feeling that could have happened.
Both help you sound natural, polite, and reflective.
If this still feels a little difficult, that's okay.
You don't need mastery today.
Even one good sentence per day is progress.
Language grows slowly, not instantly.
Try noticing this structure in movies this week.
Or when you think about your own day.
You'll start hearing it everywhere.
And soon, it will feel natural.
All right, friends, we're coming to the end of today's episode.
Thank you for spending this time learning with us.
If this episode helped you, don't forget to subscribe and keep practicing.
Speak out loud, stay curious, and don't fear mistakes.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Take care and have fun with English.